Okay, so you saw what's going on inside my house, so it's a good day for me to get out for a little while and do some errands. And I'm also going to run into a couple of flea markets to look for a unique cabinet. I have certain measurements that I have to go by, and I'm not having any luck online, so I thought I would look around at flea markets, possibly thrift stores. So we'll see how that goes. I've got my youngest son with me, and he doesn't want to do too much of that, so we'll see how that goes. The first place we stopped was Samaritan Shop. I hadn't been there in a while, and it seems like they have less furniture lately, but I have found a couple of great pieces of furniture here at a pretty good price. So I thought it'd be worth checking. They have a lot of clothing, so if you're ever looking for that, it's a good place to look. And a lot of small home decor, dishes, glasses. I was really trying to keep myself away from any of the small items this time. I was really determined to find this cabinet. Now, whether I was going to succeed or not, I had my doubts, but I thought it was worth looking. That's generally how I do things. If we're needing something, I look for thrift first. And of course, a white picture will always get my attention. This one said cordon bleu on the bottom and said dishwasher safe, so it was a little bit newer, but it was still really cute and a reasonable price. They have this section marked vintage, and sometimes there are nice things in there and sometimes not, but it's always worth taking a look. I've kind of been on the lookout for a jewelry box, but I'm wanting one that's even older than this. This one's probably from the 80s or early 90s or something. And I'm wanting something that's really closer to an antique. I saw someone had some of their craft supplies in a nice big jewelry box like that, and it was just so beautiful. They had some actual sets of prints this time, or artwork, whatever you want to call it. I think those were $8 a piece, but they were cute if you had the right kind of look going, sort of the farmhouse style. I thought this would be a great desk for redoing, and $26.50. So if you were setting up a home office, that would be really affordable. This big mirror was about $25, and I didn't care for the paint job, but I thought if it was all painted one color, it could make quite an impact. Depends on whether you like that lion right there. I feel like painted the right way, it would look pretty good. And then I was surprised to see this mid-century style sofa here. It's not really my style, but I can definitely appreciate it, and it was in really good shape. It could just probably use a steam cleaning, and it was $175. So I thought for the right person, that would be just such a find. I found a little bit of Mexican pottery, but it was a newer piece. Looks like maybe something from Home Goods or one of those kind of stores, TJ Maxx. But I still always gravitate towards the colors. A mid-century glass piece. No shortage of decor here, but I am full in the home decor section, so I don't need any, but I always like to look. These were some really unusual handmade little pottery pieces. I'm not sure what you would use these little pitchers for. They're almost like a little pinch pot pitcher, unless you just wanted something unique on your shelf or to put flowers in, maybe. Another little pottery piece. Reminds me of a salt glaze piece. And I just loved this vintage canteen. It's got that real country living kind of flair to it. And some Frankoma pottery, which you can seem to find a lot of in flea markets and such here. I don't own any of it, but I do see it a lot. These were really unique. They were fair trade, handmade bracelets, hand weaved. They were $4 for the pair. And I do kind of regret not grabbing those. They were very unique and excellent condition, obviously never worn. And another little pottery pitcher. A little bit of crazing there on the bottom. I don't know if this originally had a lid or if that was supposed to be a mug, but there weren't any chips. It was in good shape. Another handmade pottery piece. I always love these. You just can't go wrong if you want to get that earthy, organic feel that goes with everything. And a nice needlework piece, really well done. Of course, I would want to reframe it most likely. I don't think that color around that is the best for it, but could really be a nice piece with just a little bit of tweaking. Some silver plate and brass goblets. Thought those would be cute with air plants or something like that. I know a lot of people doing retro or vintage use a lot of these type of pieces. These are those 70s looking glasses. I just picked up a set of 4 of those in sort of the amber golden color. And a cute little crock. Usually can't go wrong with those. I'm looking for more things to pour beeswax candles into, although I'm kind of looking for different colors, so I left that one there. This is a made in Japan stein, and of course another handmade little piece of pottery. Really cute piece for $3. And more pottery. $2, and looks like for a toothbrush holder possibly, or maybe for a plant. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments. It's even got the name of the pottery studio there. There was a solid wood desk. Reminds me of one that my parents had when I was growing up. This was $150, but a nice candidate to redo, or if you just wanted to clean it up and keep that vintage style. It's a great piece. A lot of us don't have the room for big desks like that, but if you do, they're wonderful to have. Great storage. Then there were other shelves with all kinds of fun little pieces of pottery again. And the ones that really caught my eye were these terracotta jug type vases. $3 for the little one. I just could see these on a shelf, just all on their own. They're so sculptural looking. $5 for the big one. I just loved them. I just don't have a lot of places to display that kind of stuff. Great set of Childcraft books, really good colors. It looked like they were $4 a piece. And I thought these glasses were fun. Again, if you've got that really eclectic sort of vintage styled home going on, I thought those would be fun to add in the mix. More vintage books. I believe they were $4 to $6 a piece. And of course the amber glass catches my eye. This is an old Purex bottle for, I believe, what was that, $8? I did better on the price on one that I got at a garage sale over the summer, but not a terrible price. And I thought these little wicker storage jars were unusual. It would be cute on an open shelf, or if you're redoing your pantry and you just want it to look great and put some spices in there or something. And again, another unusual piece of pottery. Handmade, $4, 1977. Made to look like a log or a piece of wood. Would look really cute with a succulent in it. And I really loved this little blue speckled crock. And I really thought I was going to get that to pour a candle. I really want to find some things that have lids. But this snap closure on the top was really loose, and now probably someone is going to tell me in the comments how I can tighten that up. And then it was lunchtime, my favorite. Yum. Open it. Yummy. We like to go to May's food truck and look at the view. This beautiful new house that was built sort of a European country style. So we can sit and eat our lunch and look at that. And then back to business. We went to Somewhere in Time, one of my favorite local flea markets. I rarely go in there and don't see several things that I would love to take home. I don't always do it, but I definitely usually will find things. These were great, and for some reason, since I was filming, it was $35 for the set. I thought they were actual oil lamps, and I went back later and realized they're plug-in, so I passed on them, but they still are really, really pretty. This cabinet was fantastic. Was just a bit too wide for my bathroom project. Boy, did I love it. And gosh, I went in probably a day or two later and it was gone. So someone else loved it just as much as I did. It was a little more than I want to spend also. I love these little chocolate molds in the spring around Easter. Just such a variety in this flea market. There's a lot of vintage, antique, mid-century, just any kind of style you can think of, and just really curated beautifully. The owners are just great pickers themselves and great at display. So I really enjoy spending a little time in there. I thought that was an apron at first, but it was actually a skirt. It was really cute. So many ideas, so many great vintage pieces, so little room to put them in. But it's always fun to look and get ideas and maybe find that one special piece. This painting was just beautiful. $195 on that. I believe it was an original watercolor. I think I've shown you this cabinet before. I really have a crush on it. Absolutely nowhere to put it, but it's gorgeous. I'm not really focusing on just looking for my cabinet now, am I? It's too fun to look at everything else. Another great needlework piece. This one was $110. That's part of the reason I love thrift shopping. But I will definitely grab something at a flea market if it's very unique. And I know how much work goes into sourcing and finding and buying and hauling back and pricing and cleaning and advertising. I know how much work all that is also. So I do like to support my local booth owners when I can. Here's one of these great wicker bottles in a lot better shape than the ones I have, but for $40. Actually, not a bad price compared to some that I've seen in antique stores and flea markets. I just absolutely loved this booth. I don't know if this is a new seller or someone that's been there a while, but I just, because I haven't been in the flea market in a little bit, but they just had some of the best finds in there. Some very unique vintage and definitely antique pieces. Love that huge carved bowl. Looks like it's out of all one piece. And of course these doors. are absolutely stunning. If you were building a new home or just to retrofit into a remodel, oh my goodness. Vintage bamboo pieces are always fun. And I love the wood finishes on these sort of vintage stripped pine looking pieces. It reminds me of the look that you can get when you do the oven cleaner stripping of the wood. And I have a video on that if you haven't seen that. I'll be doing some more of that in the spring. It's way too cold to do anything like that outside right now. And brass is still really, really popular. This has so much pretty detail on it. More brass on this side. For the longest time, brass was just so out and nobody was going to have it. And now it's really in demand. It just goes to show the cycles of style and home decor. Good mix of things in this booth. And those brass wall pockets were just really beautiful. I could see those with a plant, of course, or a pampas grass, or eucalyptus. And I'm always on the lookout for some really nice silverware. I would like to grab one set. I have one set that we use every day, but I would kind of like to look for another one. This is one cabinet that had possibilities. It just wasn't, it's not quite tall enough. I could live with it probably. I'm actually hoping for more of a wood piece. No luck, but then we went and played with puppies after Rob got off work, so that was fun, and it was just overall a great day. But now I'm going to show you how we went out a couple days later looking. So on a Saturday, we went out to Prairie Grove where there were several flea markets. And of course we had to start at the Briar Rose Bakery and split a cinnamon roll and some great iced tea. And headed downtown Prairie Grove, which is always fun to go to. It's so quaint and there's such good junk just everywhere you look. All kinds of fun little shops to visit, and big flea markets for that matter. A lot to look at, a lot to take in. So many finds. I really like how they displayed this on the chicken feeder, I believe is what that is. I'm kind of on the lookout for one of those because I've seen that before and it's pretty cute. Loved this little doggy bed. Have dogs on the brain with getting a puppy soon. Thought that was a cute piece. Some real pretty paintings in here. And I just loved these owl plates, collectibles, but heaven knows I don't need any more plates. But wow, they were so unique and cute. They actually looked better in person than they do on camera. It's usually the other way around, but those were really great. These cute little llamas. Get started early on your Christmas decor, right? Not me, but those were very cute. and had that real natural look to them if you like to decorate that way at Christmas, which I do. And I kind of wanted you to see these painted floors. If one of you is thinking of doing a painted and stenciled floor, they have several of them in here that are really neat. A lot of gorgeous quilts in this booth. This wasn't as full as I was used to it being when I had come before, but we are in January when I'm filming this, so let's hope a lot of these sellers kind of sold out at Christmas. Rubber head for good luck. A little chicken. I have a dresser similar to this, and I like how they mixed the white with the wood. I paid $20 on mine. It's hard to find anything like that anymore. Prices have gone up, including in resale and thrift. These little dog planters, adorable. Again, dogs on the brain, but those were very cute. Nice size mirror for a good price. Books, of course, I'm always looking at books. Another cute painted floor. Chippy paint, gorgeous linens. What's not to love? That's a really pretty mirror. I didn't happen to see the price on that. Always a lot of nice prints and oils, and I think there was a paint by number in here. This one coming up, that was really pretty. I really liked that one. I love when people do gallery walls of the paint by number paintings, because I remember doing those when I was in like junior high, and they're a lot of fun, and I like it that they've become kind of nostalgic. Sort of the shabby chic booth, we've gone through there before. I missed that plate also. I was just looking at the lockers. I love a little bit of industrial. Cast iron on the wall there, that's a great thing to look for thrifting and at flea markets. We have quite a few cast iron pans that we use pretty much every day. And this is, of course, one of my favorite booths that I've shared here. Also, they have a lot of handmade and repurposed and sort of organic feeling, earthy feeling decor, and they've recently started adding in some jewelry and clothing. This may be a local maker, I'm not sure. And these driftwood lamps are just so stunning. That finish on the driftwood, you just can't, it's hard to replicate that, what the wind and the elements do to the wood. And of course, green things always grab my eye. Cute little scarf. So here you see some more really pretty copper jewelry. Wow. Love that layered look like that. I don't often wear necklaces, but I try to remember, and I try to remember these great layered looks too. This is a lamp that's made out of a vintage postage stamp dispenser. Very unique. And again, sort of a wood, what would you call that? It's not driftwood, but that copper shade, just stunning. And this one is a driftwood. Some pottery. They usually have really nice pottery pieces in here. Again, I'm not sure if it's a local maker or not. I would guess so, because a lot of their lamps and such are upcycled sort of pieces. I love this cubby shelf. It's not for sale. I have checked. I've seen it. They had it the other direction long ways before too. It's just so versatile and such a beautiful finish on it. There's another one of those lamps. I think that one said $275 on it, if I wasn't mistaken. Again, another sort of steampunk looking lamp, upcycled pieces, a driftwood artwork, some pottery. A lot of fun to look through that booth. Beautiful scale, absolute perfect wear on that. Then there's a bookseller. This is in Daisy and Olive's flea market. I went through a few different shops down here. This bookseller has a lot of European vintage and antiques, and the books, well, you can just get lost in those for quite some time, and all the books were half off when we went. You might have just heard my kitty cat sneeze. He's under the table trying to make every kind of noise he possibly can. Cute little, looks like porcelain pieces maybe. Wood box collectibles back there. Just so much to look through. Really cute. Really fun treasure hunting booth here. Here we go with the table just full of books. There's shelves full of books. Gorgeous oil paintings. Tabletop decor. Really like how these are hung in a group. They really seem to make an impact. These frames are a little formal for me. They're not usually my style, but I really love how they look grouped like that. It almost makes it feel just a little more casual, sort of just collected over time. Very cottagey for sure. Gorgeous little door knockers. These books were so cute. They would have been $8 a piece. And just a real sweet little size. Would be cute tabletop decor. Of course, we have to have some willow and transferware and all the great classic pieces in there. A bar cart with all kinds of gorgeousness. And look at this cheese keeper in the shape of a cow head. So cute and unique. The possibilities are endless. That's probably why I like going to these flea markets. Just all the possibilities. And that's a big platter. It's about the size that I have, and I think it had 79 on it. Then there were these antique writing boot lamp, so upcycled lamp. How amazing, in a European country farmhouse kind of room, a man cave. Oh my goodness. So fun. Then over to a totally different feel. Some painted furniture and sort of Southwest blankets, which I love. I love the mix. I would mix the English antiques with the Southwest stuff. But that's me. Some people are very particular on a certain style. I like a mix and a blend, and I just get what I like. I love these eagle bookends, and I'm almost wondering why I didn't get those for $18. Of course, I have to be really choosy because I just don't have a lot of display space. Over at the Southern Mercantile Flea Market, they had these prints that I just fell in love with. They were $20 a piece. They weren't real large, but they were in sort of a lucite box frame, and I just have to replicate that look. Okay, so we did not find the cabinet that we were looking for the bathroom, which wasn't really a big surprise for us because it's such a specific size. So we're just trying to think of what we might do. But I did find a couple little things that I wanted to show you. But I came home and the house was full of grandkids and my oldest son, and they're in the kitchen just cooking and going crazy. So if you hear some kind of bangs or noise, then that explains it. I came and hid in my bedroom so I could show you. The first thing I found was this little bird book, and it's just like sort of a field guide, and I just love it. And I used to have way more of these, and I've given them away or gotten rid of them, and I kind of regretted it, and I paid $4 on that. This one was published in 1966, so I thought that was a fun find. And then I got this vintage Magic of Oil Painting book for $1, and it has a lot of really pretty pictures in there and almost frameable, but just a really pretty how-to book with that vintage feel to it. And the other thing that I found out at the flea markets in Prairie Grove, I only got one little thing, and there were other things I wanted that are probably going to be on my mind, but I found this great necklace, and it got a little twisted in the bag, but it's so pretty. It's brass, and it's got wood on it, and it's got this really nice longer chain that got a little bit tangled up, but it was really perfect. But let me show you. It's got the little tag with the name of the jewelry on it. I guess it's the jewelry designer. And I looked it up, and I paid $5.50, and I looked it up and found it on Poshmark. It is a vintage anthropology piece that they had on there for $85. So I was pretty happy about that. This is just the tag, but this is one that I tried on with my sweater, and I just loved it. I like long necklaces, and it's sort of modern, could be sort of boho, and I think I'm gonna clean up this brass, and I'm gonna keep this one for myself. I really like this one. And I also wanted to show you really quick this little low dresser that I had found, and it was at a different time, and it was at a thrift store, but it has this green paint on it. I paid $30, and it's got two big drawers, and I hadn't shown it to you yet. I really like the chippiness and the vintage finish on it. I may one day try to strip the paint off, but for right now, it goes really nice with my charcoal velvet chairs that I have in my bedroom here. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed sort of a day in the life. Let's go thrifting. Let me know if you like this kind of content, and I'll make more of these. But I had fun taking you along with all the different things that we were doing. And also tomorrow, my youngest son is getting his new puppy. So we'll be picking him up, and he is, I think, 11 or 12 weeks old. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you next time here at Free Range Cottage.